Hi guys, my name is Gil. Welcome to Crypto Time channel. As usual, today is time for an update. And here we have the Bitcoin daily chart. And as you can see, we've been, tracking the price daily, and we've been, posting and tweeting some good stuff as well on our accounts on Twitter and Instagram. So please check that out. And as you can see here today, again, it's the daily chart. So today we have this red candle right here. So it's just a bit of, breaking, down this envelope region. And here we have the retest zone, which is basically, we are looking into this zone, especially at the 17K dollars. It hasn't been retested yet, so let's keep our eyes on that retest zone. And then if we lose that that zone, then we go to the next support level, which is the this yellow dotted line here at 16K. So here we have the the help of two important EMAs. So we have the white line, which is the 8 weeks EMA, and then the red line, which is the 80 days EMA as well. So once the price is moving below the white line, then we have a very bearish trend. Also, if we have the white line below the red line, then we have a very bearish scenario. So we saw here many times price tries to break through the EMA 8 weeks, which acts as a resistance and doesn't break through actually. Okay, so we have that that here. So the price goes and try to break through, that doesn't happen, and goes back down, and here once more on the recent days. Okay, so we have to to use some of our indicators to to help us to better understand the next movements. All right, so if you're not aware about this channel, so please consider spread the word, because we are trying to to bring some very easy concepts, so you guys can manage your portfolio better, and you could know best time to to be out of the market, in the markets, whatever might be, but at least you'll see all these things in a very easy way, so you could understand better what's going on with your assets. We used Bitcoin because Bitcoin is king. So let me know in the comments if you like to see analysis on about other altcoins, about altcoins. So let me know, and we will consider. Okay, but let's move on. I want to share here. So let me just maybe go to SP 500, which is not open just yet. So as you can see in a bigger picture, we have the SP 500 having these lower lows and lower highs, and we broke through this previous lows right here. So you see we had this candle here, and that's a bad sign. All right, so it's not open yet, but if we scroll here, and then we'll see the futures of SP 500, which is this guy here, and again is a red candle right here. Okay, so Friday 21st, and again we've been on this downtrend for a while now. Oops, let me turn that off. So if you look into the SP 500, so traditional markets, So they impact the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets as well. Okay, so that's why it's important to keep our eyes on the traditional markets as well. So the Nasdaq, the same thing, basically opened with a red candle. So we're gonna go down, and yeah. So let's keep your eyes on those markets. And moving on to the, so again, this is the 6-hour chart, and I want to show you, yeah, so it's very bad. So we see a couple of hours ago we were trying to break above these Ishimoku clouds. So we have the red. So this red cloud here, which is acting now as a resistance. So we try to break that and go back inside the cloud and maybe, look for, to break above the cloud. But that didn't happen. And actually we're going down. Okay. And it's important to notice that if we change, let's see, if you go to here, so here's very interesting. So we have here the Bollinger Bands to help us to understand what's going on. And as shown here, we have this this very narrow region of the Bollinger Bands, and then if we look at this Bollinger Bands bandwidth, we have the indicator very, very low. Okay, so what that means at this particular region here, okay, we have very low volatility, okay, in the markets, and here we see that as well. So that being said, we can expect to see a bigger movement soon. All right, so that's just about to happen. So we have to to be careful. And here's the daily chart, by the way. And we have to be careful. So if I were you, I wouldn't buy anything right now. I wouldn't be out of the market just to see the next movement, which in my opinion will be down. Okay, and why is that? Because by this strategy or this indicator, if we have a candle, okay, so that again, that's our region of low volatility, and here we see that as well. But if we have a candle, okay, closing below the lower band here, okay, then we for certain we're gonna go down. Okay, so again, let me maybe draw this. So if we see something like this, okay, if we see something like this, okay, a candle closing below the lower band in this particular scenario, then we can expect to see the price going down. All right, so I wouldn't buy anything right now. Okay, and then if we use, so let me clean this up. So let's close the clean this. If we use the VRVP indicator, we see here the main zones of interest, and this red line is the price of control, which is basically is the the zone where most buyers and sellers they control the price. So more interest here. So let's just draw a line here, horizontal line. So I'm gonna draw this and then turn this indicator off. Okay, so here we have the white line represents the main point of interest. Okay, and then we are below that point right now. Okay, so that's that's a bad sign in terms for the bullish. Okay, for the bulls. Let's turn that back on. And let's see, we see here this the main zones of interest, and we can use that to find, zones of support and resistance. And so let's drag this down a bit at something here. And why here? Because you see this VRVP, and at this very point here, let me zoom in a bit. So we have basically, our the end of our support. Let's put this way, okay? So we have the main zone here. Maybe I draw something here for you guys. So we have the main zone here, okay? But then here we have, the end of this support or the zone of interest, okay? And then here we have resistance, okay? Zones of resistance here. So here is kind of the end of that support zone, right? And if you look, if I'm gonna turn that back off, and then if you look here, we are there. So that basically matches a bit with the lower band of Bollinger Bands indicator. So let's keep our eyes on that. Let's just move. I might go back here, but here we have oscillators, and this is the weekly chart, which is very important for medium long term. But we see here the let's start from the bottom. So we have the OBV oscillator, and we see the increase of the volume on the buying volume on OBV here, and we see the price going down. So, and also we have the MACD basically now trying to go parallel these days, and RSI very bearish. So we are at 30 level. So RSI, we can see we are at the very bearish time right now. And just now happening, you see the stock RSI is going down. So the idea here is to see we are kind of in overbought zone up here, okay? That would be more once we break through this 80 level, and then we go above. This is the overbought zones, okay? But here we almost reached that zone, so at 80 we did that, and then now you see we are moving down, okay? So when that happens, we can expect to see the price going down, okay? So again, stock RSI is going down right now, all right? So RSI is bearish, has been for forever now, okay, at this 30 level. And then we have the MACD almost flattening here, okay, flattening here, and the OBV doing the same thing right now, okay. So the recent we can see the OBV trying to get flat, okay, same with the MACD. Okay, so that's the importance of using different indicators. You don't need to use many of them, but you see with some of them we can better understand the next movements and do our own strategy. Okay, so the price is moving down, and yeah, that's the reality. Let me change to the 2 hours chart here and see. Yeah, so again, using the Ishimoku cloud, we are far away from, from the cloud, using the 2 hours time frame. Let's change to the 1 day time frame. Let's turn that auto. Yeah. So yeah, very bearish, very bearish scenario. And again, doesn't matter what people are saying on those social media platforms. The truth is, we cannot unsee, or we cannot underestimate the world scenario, economic scenario happening right now. So we've been facing economic crisis, that's all over the place, and war and everything. So we cannot underestimate the scenarios and believe in noise. Okay, if you go into some accounts or you Google it, you're gonna see a lot of noise. Okay, people believing in some kind of miracle. All right, so that Bitcoin is gonna pump and it's gonna go to the moon and stuff like that, and that's not going to happen soon. All right, guys, and I see some people, they compare, they kind of cross check, and they start doing predictions in comparing past of Bitcoin with what's happening right now. And since the big Bitcoin creation, we didn't see anything in economy like what's happening now. Okay, so the past is the past. It's good to to understand the past, to be better for the future, but we have to work with what we have right now. Okay, and the scenarios that we have right now, they are not bullish. Okay, they're bearish. All right, and probably for the next year as well. So you can see, and we're gonna see that some temporary highs, but that's not going to bring Bitcoin to the 100K value. All right, not just yet. Okay, so the idea is to keep tracking Bitcoin price, to understand the levels and what's going to happen next, so we can buy more, at least for the medium and long term. Okay, and if you are like into trades, short term trades, then that's another story. Let me know if you want to know more about short term trading. But the idea here is to quick give you an update about the crypto markets. Again, if I scroll, let me turn that off and see what we have here. So the VWAP, yeah, again, this is the VWAP indicator and the daily chart. All right, so the price goes and actually touches now the lower band. And if I go to my account in here, let me see. If I go to my account, all right, let me open up one. If I go to my account, let me see here. Okay, and it's a Twitter account. Okay, let me go. Oops, sorry guys, so bear with me. I just want to show you here something. Okay, so that's our account. And yeah, so here's I think one of the latest. Yeah, it was 16 hours ago. We post that on Instagram, so let's open up that. Yeah, so again, well, let me go back here. Okay, so here we have the latest posts. Okay, so we say here, Bitcoin moving, Bitcoin price moving sideways within the zone of interest. Okay, so here we have this red line is the point of control. We saw that before, and you see, we'll see the price going to the first lower VWAP band, so the lower red line. which is this one here. Okay, so, and then one tip, okay, price moving sideways, that means the trader's graveyard. Okay, so if you want to trade, please do, but do once you have, you know, the certainty that, you know, the market is giving you that opportunity. Okay, don't just go there and, you know, and play roulette. Okay, so pricing moving sideways, that means we don't have you know, a trend, a defined trend, sideways trend, but we don't have downtrend or uptrends, which is good for trading. Otherwise, it will be you know, traders graveyard. So again, we post that 16 hours ago. Okay, what I'm trying to show here is we now go back to our chart. So what we see here is exactly that, you know, happening today. Okay, so pricing reaching this lower band. All right, so we posted that, so it's good to understand these simple concepts and check it out. Consider subscribe, you know, follow us on those platforms as well, because you'll see our analysis, technical analysis, price action, and then you could, you know, practice that yourself and be a better manager of your own investments. Okay, so and that you know, that can be used not only on the crypto markets, but also in any, you know, in any traditional markets as well. Okay, guys, so again, we are here, and then we can embrace for impact, because once we have these once we have the price closing below the lower band here, we can expect the price going, you know, further down. All right, so keep your eyes on this Bollinger Band thing scenario, and don't trade right now. Okay, if I were you, don't trade right now. Just wait. And we are actually we are waiting for Bitcoin to revisit the 17K region. Okay, so we can start buying more at that region and see if we're gonna, you know, go to the next support level. Okay, let me clean this. And again, I hope that helps you to understand the latest movements of Bitcoin. And again, let me know in the comments if you like to see, you know, other altcoins. Actually, altcoins, you know, we can do the analysis as well. Okay, and see the movements of those altcoins. All right, until there, I see you on the next video.